Welcome back to another episode of Dorm Talks with Chris and John. I'm John. That's some semblance of Chris. I don't know what's going on, but Chris is here mostly. Chris, how are we doing? This is terrible for the audio listeners. You can't throw up the peace sign for the audio listeners, you dummy.
They be all right.
Oh my God, we're in for a doozy, man. Um, Jesus Christ. All right. Um, Yeah, so that's that. We appreciate you checking out another episode of Dorm Talks. Nah, just kidding. All right. So we were gonna talk about a little NFL playoffs. Um, Mostly NFL playoffs, just because it's championship weekend. We got some big divisional games that we want to talk about. I know, Chris want to talk about a certain player, um, who had quite a weekend. I would say. Um, and a lot of them had coaching implications as well. Um, so yeah, we should have a pretty good championship weekend coming up. Um, and yeah, let's without further ado, let's dive in here. Um, Chris, would you like to start with Buffalo versus Denver?
Gladly,
Go
gladly.
ahead, man.
I am. Nah. Um, Firstly, I was wrong. I thought Josh Allen would, lock in, prove us all wrong, finally make that big playoff push. And he did exactly what he's done the past 7 years,
Even worse, I would say.
losing the biggest one. Yeah, honestly. That boy got routed by Bo Nix in the Mary Band. I saw a man out there get outplayed by Bo Nix.
Oh man, what was your
My
reaction?
hate watch was
Yeah, your hate watch was good, man. What he had two picks, and by the way, that was absolutely an interception.
hmm Oh
That
yeah.
was 100% an interception. Um,
Uh, Two picks, two fumbles.
yeah.
In a
I
game you lost by three, that went to overtime.
yeah, just losing shootouts to Bo Nix is just not. It's not ideal. It's not. Bo Nix. I, it was such a gut punch to like see the notification that he was out. That's just like such a bummer. Um, because Bo Nix is
Don't worry, they've got the
obviously,
best backup QB on the planet.
man, the way Sean Payton's talking about him, he better he better throw for four tutties. Um, but we've talked about Bo Nix before, and I don't think he's a top 10 quarterback. I don't think he's like a high level guy, but he's a guy that's able to manage the game enough, and he's able to make throws that you need a high level quarterback to make, and he can make them when you need them. And it's not going to be throughout the game or whatever, but like he has a capability of making those throws, which is a big deal. Um, it's there's some teams where I have concerns if that's the case, right? Like I don't know if like the teams in the playoffs, like I don't know if Sam Darnold can do that on a high level. I know he can make some pretty good throws, but I feel like Bo Nix has that edge a little bit. Um, I don't know. I guess all these quarterbacks are pretty good up here. But anyway, it's just kind of a bummer for me. But yeah, Josh Allen had a rough one, and um, I'm probably gonna make a video on the whole Buffalo Bills coaching situation because that whole thing just like blew my mind. Like the whole Keon Coleman thing, putting blame on him. Um, just like pointing fingers everywhere but themselves and just throwing McDermott under the bus. It was kind of I've never seen it before personally. That was nutty.
It was interesting to watch. Let me say it like that. It was like wow, we just saw a team like just kind of collapse in on themselves. I'd assume it's probably because they were so short this year. They were like, oh man. I wanted to say something too. Everybody keeps saying, oh yeah, no Mahomes, no Lamar, no Burrow in the playoffs. To be fair, Burrow hasn't been in the playoffs for like 3 years at this point. Can we stop saying that? Like that's like not normal.
Say Burrow. They're
Like,
just trying to throw in another name.
we keep saying no Burrow in the playoffs. I'm like, ew, that's kind of just how it is usually.
The Bengals suck, man. I'm so
Nothing
sorry.
against him, but like they're usually not here if it makes you feel better.
They haven't been here in 2 years,
This is
dog.
nothing new.
They haven't been perennial in a minute. Yeah.
But
So it's rough. Denver. Um, I mean, I I think when you talk about like elite defenses and you're like, oh, you give up 30 points. I think that's just what happens when you play like high level quarterbacks.
oh
Um,
yeah,
uh, Especially when they were throwing at the volume that they were at, where like that doesn't mean they're not an elite defense. Now, is it going to be
yeah.
enough? Well, I guess we'll talk about this in a little bit. To carry a backup quarterback over a Patriots defense that's played very well and
Mhm.
MVP level quarterback.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I don't know. I don't know.
I think I think it will because it also does depend very much on how good Jared Stidham is. Man, I don't even know. I don't think that's how you pronounce his name.
Stidham.
Stidham. Sorry. Sorry. I heard of him like a couple weeks ago. This is not, I'm not
he
a
he he,
um
he was gonna be like the Tom Brady heir. Like that's
I
how,
remember that.
you remember
I
that?
do remember that. That was weird.
It
It
was very weird.
was really weird to think about. That's really weird to think about now. Like it was weird then and it's even weirder in hindsight.
And now he can actually beat the Tom Brady heir to go to the Super Bowl. So
That would be so funny. Uh
underrated storyline.
yeah. So do we want to kind of like talk about how that matchup is gonna go? Because I've got some thoughts on the Patriots too already.
Let's do Patriots Texans and then we can go over and then
Okay.
do that.
Patriots Texans. Oh wow. Really ugly game.
Woo!
Okay. Really ugly. Wow. CJ Stroud was horrific. He's
Man.
like somehow gotten worse every playoff game. Um, and it was bad. It was hard to watch. It was hard to watch. That first half was like some real ugly football. Like, oof. The second half
Yeah.
was better, and it's
He
weird
settled down
looking
a
back
little
on it
bit.
because yeah, if it's weird because looking back on it, if they don't have that fumble in the red zone by I think that was Woody Marks, I think they have a chance in that game still.
Oh, it's absolutely a game.
I think that was the nail in the coffin. So it's
Hmm.
so funny to look at it because it's like, wow, even with all those interceptions, they could have still won this game.
The scoreboard is very different from
Yeah.
what happened.
Like I don't see enough people talking about that. And number two, that Texas defense, they did exactly what I said they were gonna do. They showed out. You put like any competent QB back there, they win that game like pretty easily,
Yeah,
solely based on how good that Texas defense was. Yeah,
definitely.
there's not much they could have done
I think it
there.
hurts when you don't have a guy like Nico Collins out there.
Mhm.
Um, do you know who I forgot about? What who I just remember like this week? I didn't like forget about him, but like imagine if like Tank Dell was in this offense.
Yeah,
Like maybe he comes back next year, and then I know he might not have ligaments in his leg left with the amount of injuries he's been having,
dude.
but um,
But even him at like 60% is better than like
right.
that's a good wide receiver core if he's like
If
out
it's
there.
if it's
Nico
Nico
Collins, Tank
Collins
Dell, and then Jaden
and
Reed. I think his
Christian
name.
Kirk,
which
Like
like that's a really good wide receiver core. What was their tight end's name? It wasn't Dalton Schultz.
Dalton Schultz,
It
what
was.
he got hurt in the game, I think. But Dalton
Yeah,
Schultz
but
is
I
their
mean,
tight
like
end.
if they're all healthy, yeah. But if they're all healthy, that's a good core,
Then it's really about C.J.
and
Stroud,
then
right?
you obviously have to look to upgrade that running back. Yeah. So it's like I remember we were talking about this the other day after the game. We were like, oh man, like where do they go from here? But like obviously, like they go one more year with CJ Stroud, at least. You know what I'm
You
saying?
have to, and you got to make serious moves with that O line, which they did not do. You
Yeah,
got to like serious moves. Their O
yeah,
line move was to fire the offensive coordinator. Like that was their O line
yeah.
move. Um, and it's got to be something more than that. They have to be like actually proactive.
Gotta like get it so they can like really pin it down to see like, okay, is this him or is this like this run game and offensive line are the reason that he just can't get anything going?
Yes, which is what you're
And
supposed to do early on. When the
yeah,
quarterback's on his fifth year option, this is not the time. Because now it's like, okay, this is either got to go really well and you pay him, or you don't pay him and now you're back to square one and you've wasted a all time defense.
yeah, seriously. Like we were talking about, like this is an all-time generational defense.
Oh my God, yeah.
Very easily. It's crazy to think about because I feel like we've got like three different like all-time defenses just kind of like hanging around in the league right now. So
Yeah.
it's like, and for some reason, none of them have like the best offense out of all of them is Seattle's,
Yeah,
and it's
it's
like,
funny because like Seattle's is definitely scheme based. They have like real good players. But
mhm,
like Houston's wasn't even scheme based. Like they ran a very
yeah,
like basic defense where they're rushing the four guys they have, and then they have really good corners back there. They just know
yeah,
they're gonna f you up. Um,
yeah. It was based off the fact that you couldn't go one on one with their edge rushers on
yeah,
either side of the line of scrimmage.
it's 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 pretty ridiculous. So I hope they can figure out because man, if CJ Sharp figures it out, that's a big F because
Hmm.
it's looked pretty bad. Like Davis Mills looked better this year,
Yeah,
and Davis Mills is a not mobile quarterback. Um, behind a not great offensive line, a bad offensive line. Um,
yeah.
so it's like if he's looking better than your second overall pick, it's starting to look scary. It's starting
It's
to
like
look
a lot of
scary.
people were talking about like, oh, they should have started him in the second half of that playoff game, but I also see why they didn't start him.
You can't do that. I wouldn't have done it.
You really can't.
Like you think he's
Yeah,
broken
like you kind
now?
of have to because if you start him there, you have to get rid of CJ Stroud. That's all.
Yeah, like you think he's in a
Like,
rough spot now?
yeah,
Oh my God, he'd be done. That's like
yeah. You wouldn't be able to retain him this year
you would Drew
at all.
Bledsoe him
Yeah.
essentially.
Whether they win or lose that game, if they start him, it's like that's over. That CJ Stroud experiment is over. So
Yeah.
yeah. What I was also trying to say, because I was looking back on it and I was like, Drake May really wasn't that impressive.
No.
Over the course
Well,
of this playoff run, I don't think he's been that impressive.
I agree.
I think he's
His
been good,
Go
but
ahead.
it's also been like whoever it's been like when you look at it, he hasn't had to go and score a bunch because he's played against two offenses back to back that have been terrible. Like I want you when you really look at the two QBs that he's played, you've heard us go on about Justin Herbert in the playoffs and how bad he is. You know what I'm saying? Whether or not that's his fault. And then now we see CJ Stroud, and it's like him outplaying these guys, he doesn't need to be like great. He just needs to be like okay.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting because all right, it's his first playoff appearance, and it's like okay, he's also should be the league MVP, so it's like there's very little excuse. Um, his receiving core is bad.
Yeah.
So I will say, while he hasn't jumped off the page like he has in the regular season, which a big criticism of his MVP candidacy, which I thought was I think it's always kind of silly, but it has weight here where they had an easy schedule. They did. And now
Mhm.
you're playing these tough opponents, and it's like, man, it's looking kind of rough. But he has played the Chargers defense, which is a very good defense. Their defense coordinator
Yep.
just got hired to be head coach of the Ravens today.
Yep.
Then you played all time defense in Houston,
Mhm.
and no, his numbers aren't jumping off the page. No, his the eye test wasn't even great, but his ability to, I mean, I think it's a big deal of making plays when they need to be played. Um, Similar thing to what I said about Bo Nix is making the
Mhm.
high leverage, high level throws when they need to be made that not every quarterback can make. He made those. Um, and
That's
it
fair. Yeah.
it it was enough. And he's about to play Denver, which is another very good defense. So he's going through the defense gauntlet. And yeah,
Mhm.
it's been a defense led playoffs for the Patriots right now. Um, but it's gonna have to be. It's gonna have to be. And if they play LA in the Super Bowl, I think he goes off. Like I think that's where he goes off. Um, but
That's fair. That's
I
fair.
think he's
I think
doing
if they play the
enough.
Seahawks in the Super Bowl, uh that'd be obvious
I'd have
mismatch.
Seattle in that game.
Yeah.
I would have Seattle in that
But
game.
yeah, no, I hear you though. It's just been like looking at it, it's like and I agree with you that his like options aren't good, but I also think they're not horrible.
It's not terrible.
They're not terrible. And it's like
He's
it's just been looking at it. It's like obviously obviously like you'll give him grace because this is his first playoff appearance. Like it's kind of easy to forget that with how good this team looks and
yeah.
how good he's looked all season. But it's also like, wow, like you can see it like I'm gonna be real, if this Chargers offense is healthy, right? I think they win that game, right?
Oh yeah, because you have. I mean, two All Pro tackles were gone.
Yeah, if this Texans offense is healthy, shit, they might win that game, right? So
Yeah.
it's like I thought so it's like it sucks, especially with the Bo Nix injury, because it's like, oh man, that Denver game will be like that real test. Because you go up against another like star defense, who I think this defense would actually be a step down from the Texans defense,
I would agree.
but their offense is a lot higher. You know what I mean? Like that offense is proven. Like I know we've talked a lot about how bad about how bad some of those weapons are in comparison to like some of the other weapons in the AFC, or how like
Sure.
iffy their run game is, right? But how like they have a great offensive line. Bo Nix is like, you know what? I'll give it to him. He's a top 10 he's like baseline top 10 or like fringe top 10 QB, I think.
Okay.
And I think I can give him that because especially when I think we'll go into this more on a different episode when we actually give our QB ratings going into next season.
Yeah.
But it's like it seems like especially in like the biggest moments, like he's shown that he's like just as good as like any of these other guys outside of like five. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it does suck though. It really does suck to see that
Him or
because this
Dak
would be like
Prescott.
the game. Huh?
Him or Dak Prescott.
Bo Nix. Come on, man. Yeah. I'm a biased source here. I can't
Okay.
I can't answer that truthfully. Biased source.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to hear who I take over Dak Prescott. Yeah, I don't want to hear who I put over him. But yeah,
Jared
it's
Stidham, bro.
oh man. You do not want to hear some of those names I've got.
That's
But
funny,
yeah,
man.
it's just like it does suck though, you know.
Mhm.
So that's like the one thing I am a little worried about on this Patriots team because that defense they have shown out though. They've been great.
Shout out Gonzo, man.
Yeah, seriously,
Shout
they've
out
been
Milton
great.
Williams.
Yes,
Big Milt.
Eagles legend.
Eagles legend, man. Super Bowl champion. Maybe two
Super Bowl
time.
champ. Seriously. Like, but yeah, but it's like it feels hard to judge them because it's like their defense hasn't played any good offenses and their offense doesn't have to do much to win these games.
Right.
They had to
And
score what, like 14 points to beat the Chargers?
yeah, 16, I think. Something it was like
No,
16.
no, 16. It was like 16, I think, actually, because they had like three field goals before it. But yeah, you know what I mean? So it's like I don't want to come off as a hater, but it does feel hard to man, like
But then
I
like
still don't know how I feel about it.
this is why you play for the 2 seed. This is why you play for a top seed.
Yeah,
For these
yeah, yeah.
matchups. Um I think we're gonna find out very early on in this game, and we can start to get into this game, if we haven't already. Um, what is the better offense, Denver with Jarrett Stidham or Houston's right now? We're gonna find out very early on. Um,
Yeah.
because we've talked about Denver run game. It's a okay run game, but it's not like something that's super reliable, super efficient. Um, and like you have some guys in the receiving core, but it's okay. Jarrett Stidham, this is his first start this year. It's in the AFC Championship game. He's been a backup for 4 or 5 years now. It's like, can he come in and make the plays that need to be played, and can you rely on a run game to kind of carry you through? And can Denver hold Drake May to another like an average performance in his terms? It's a lot of things that has to happen, but
Yeah.
it doesn't seem impossible.
He's got the Nick Foles sign of approval,
He
so I'm
does.
riding with him.
He does.
I saw that post. I was all like, oh man, Nick said he's good. He's good.
I really think they could win it. I think it's either gonna be a really like a really good game that Denver pulls out, or it'll get ugly
Uh,
quick and Patriots are gonna win. I think I think I think that that's what we're looking at.
that's fair. I think they have a real chance because the biggest difference is their offensive line is really good.
Yes, they got a very
I
good
think
offensive
that is
line.
the biggest difference. I think that's the biggest difference. I think having such a good offensive line is going to be able to cover up any like real issues or it's not going to cover up those issues. It's going to make it so those issues don't look crazy. You know what
Sure.
I mean? Because because I feel like watching back on the CJ Stroud game, it was so many of his biggest mistakes came as soon as he got even a lick of pressure.
Yeah.
It was like not just throwing the ball away. It was like I remember on that one interception when he's like taking a sack and he just throws off his
Oh
back
my
foot
God, that's
and it just
oh.
goes up in the air. You're like, what are you doing? Like, why would you make that throw? You know what I'm saying? Either take the sack or throw it out of bounds for the
Duke
defense gets to.
practiced that shot. How many times did he
It's
take that
like
shot?
it's like he saw Caleb Williams do it and just said, you know what? I guess I can do it too. We'll get into Caleb in the NFC in a second, but it's like it's just like wow, like
Mhm.
so many of those. It's like when he was in the pocket and just allowed to throw, he didn't look great. He really did. Actually, he didn't look good either. I'm not gonna say that. Like he didn't look good either way, but like he didn't look like all time bad that he did when he was under pressure.
Yeah. Um,
So yeah, I
it's
don't know. It's like
it's going to be like they cannot turn the ball over. They cannot do
yeah,
it. They
I
cannot do
think if
it.
they can keep turnovers to a minimum, they win this game.
I like it. I think it's very
I think
possible. I think
I
it's
think it's
doable.
yeah. I think this Broncos defense is more than good enough to hold that Patriots offense to like a low scoring game. And if they can just rely on their offense and not like have them on the field every 20 seconds, like
Yeah. I think the Patriots not having a blue chip offensive threat is a big deal.
yeah.
I think it's a big deal because even if they had a Cortland Sutton, I think it looks a lot different.
Mhm.
Um, but they have a very efficient offense, a very very efficient offense.
Mm.
That can move down the field. Um, that can hit some big plays, but it's nothing that's going to be like you're. There's not like a player, a skill position player where you're spending all week losing sleep over necessarily.
Yeah.
And I know
Like
that
I
can be
feel
a
like
kiss of
I
death.
like their receivers too. And that's the sad part. Like we really like their receivers.
I think
Kayshawn and
I
Stephon Diggs, I think, are really good still.
yeah I think Stephon Diggs still has some value. Obviously, he's been a good reliable veteran receiver. Kayshon Bouttie's good for like an explosive play a game.
Yeah.
Um, but now you're putting Pastor Tan on him.
I,
Um, and it's like I could see Denver putting the clamps on this offense. I really really could. Um, so
seriously.
we'll see, man. So are is Denver your pick?
I think so. It's so hard to say because we were because it's just such a big question mark, but
We're
I
going
think
in
so.
with a
I'll
complete
ride with it.
unknown.
Yeah, we'll ride with Denver though, just for the vibes.
All right,
Well, I'll ride with them.
I'll say New England. Um,
Okay. I didn't want to say we.
yeah. Although I like if I'm a Patriots fan, I'm feeling a little queasy. I'm like I'm
Mm.
not I'm not like booking my ticket to San Francisco. Um, even though they don't play in San
I, I'd,
Francisco.
I'd be a little worried.
Yeah. Um. All right. Shall we look into the NFC?
Yeah. Hate watch part two.
Man,
What's this?
like it was fun watching Hey Watch. But man, I was like, man, we should be here.
Yeah,
It's like, damn, if we had better coaching, we're better than all these guys.
I know. Eagles play up to their competition and Seahawks play down to their competition, so it would have been a great game.
Yeah. Let's start with the Seattle game.
Yeah.
Um,
Um,
the score was 40-6, but you would have thought Sam Darnold would have had 300 yards and five touchdowns. The man had 70 yards. He had
it's
70
so fun.
passing yards.
I feel like they've been winning games like this all year. I don't know how they.
Dude,
It's like he had 100. Yeah, he had one passing touchdown.
if he wins the Super Bowl, there I can already hear the Jalen Hurts conversations, but it's not the same, dog. Like the defense is doing the scoring. That's so you start with the Rashid Shaheed um touchdown, kickoff return touchdown to start the game, and then you get the turnovers and it's boom 17-0. You didn't even blink, it's 17-0, right?
I know. It's like
And then they
it's
don't
Jason
score
Myers and his defense. What
and
is
then they
going
don't
on?
score for 2 quarters, and then the defense runs rampant again at the end and runs up the score. Was there
What is,
how many pick sixes were there? There were pick sixes, right?
I think so.
It was just unbelievable. This Seattle defense is so fun to watch. Like it is a fun defense to watch. Like
I'm not actually sure how this defense is.
Witherspoon, Woolen, what a dynamic pair back there, and then you have Kobe Bryant there, who's also a solid corner. Like they're flying everywhere, and then you have Leonard Williams, just wrecking havoc every play. Um, what I'm not gonna remember the edge rusher that from South Carolina, the rookie. Um,
Oh, I just shut up. Ah,
his last name starts with an E.
yeah,
Um, Ed,
Emin Ward.
Ed, Edmund Ware.
Emin,
That's right. That's right.
yeah,
Um, just
yeah, Nick Emin Ward. Yeah, I was just looking at it because I was giving him my deep. Well, I'm not going to say that because we're going to talk about our rewards predictions too because those just came out the finals.
oh yes. Um, shout out to Nick. He's a boyfriend of Gamecocks women's basketball legend Raven Johnson.
I didn't know
future future
that.
WNBA point guard.
I didn't
Um,
know that actually.
there we go. You gotta be plugged into the college love stories, love triangles, love whatever. Um,
Yeah, you got it.
that's me. Um, so yeah, I mean, just a really fun defense to watch. S- Seattle didn't have San Francisco didn't have a shot in this game,
Oh,
and like their defense didn't even play bad. But like Demarcus Robinson talked all that shit to do absolutely nothing.
I know. That was so funny to watch. I was like, why are y'all flexing? You have to play the one seed next week.
Right. He got one busted coverage play, and he thinks he's freaking um Terrell Owens.
Um,
Um,
all 30 San Francisco fans left in the world. I do want y'all to know y'all have been to the NFC Championship 7 times in the past, I'm gonna say 20 years, and you still haven't won the Super Bowl. Um, I don't know what's more sad. Y'all or the Cowboys not even making it. I think both are equally as funny though. I think
you know,
both are
off that, the Kyle
both are
Shanahan
very funny to
conversation
think of.
is so tough for me because I know he's an elite play caller.
Mhm.
I know the ability to
Oh
get
yeah.
this much success out of that roster. Like they were 49ers fans and wanted this man fired. I'm like, are you who you gonna replace? It's like, could he manage
If you
end
fire him,
games?
that's over. Your Super Bowl is done.
Yeah. He keeps on running. It's like, could he manage end of game situations better? Absolutely. Um, sorry, I'm watching Reed Shepard
Is that
bring
what
the
keeps him from being like,
bring Houston back into the game. Um, but yeah, it's like, but he's the best offensive play caller in the league. I think Sean McVay's probably up there, but I think Shanahan's the best because McVay has Matt Stafford.
yeah.
Shanahan has ragtag group of wide receivers and oh my god, what's his name? Their quarterback, Brock Purdy. Um um and
Brock
he's
Purdy? I,
able
I was wondering who you were forgetting.
I like I forget the easiest names. Um when the cameras are on.
Maybe
And
maybe
he's
it's
able
maybe
to
it's just in
produce.
Kyle Shanahan's blood. Maybe have we ever just thought about that?
Yeah.
Maybe having superpowered offenses, but just being terrible in the clutch is just like is that just him? Maybe that's just him.
He really lost the Super Bowl because he
I'm
didn't know
starting
the
to think
overtime
about that.
rules. They practiced the wrong overtime
It's
rules
so
all
fun.
week. That was the funniest thing to me.
It's like the more I think about it, it's like he would be the offensive coordinator for the team that blew a 28-3. That would be him. That would be him.
Yeah. One thing I'll say about Seattle about their offense that concerns me when because their defense is going to be good against LA, but we know they've been in shootouts against the Rams, so it's not going to be like a. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. Losing Zach
Mhm.
Charbonnet, he tore his ACL, I believe.
Oh
That
yeah.
drastically hurts the 1-2 punch they have, and Kenneth Walker's been really good, but
Uh-huh.
what that 1-2 punch does in the run game is such a big deal. And I think it's going to make a difference when you're relying solely on K9. And I think K9 can do a great job. I just think it's something to watch.
Yeah, I think he can. I think he can be like RB1 clearly for this team
For
and
sure.
everything. And then you still have JSN, Rashid Shaheed. So it's like
I would love to see them get Rashid Shaheed in on like more in the offense, rather than just like get him really involved because I think you can do some fun things with him. I really do. Um,
I think
Clint
I guess
Kubiak.
it's just hard because it feels like their passing offense has been limited,
Oh, for sure.
like
I mean,
very limited all year.
like
No.
the first halves of these playoff game, the first half of this playoff game, like JSN's been they've been locked down. Like you can't hold him down forever, but he they're focusing everything on him. So Clint Kubiak, he had Shaheed in New Orleans, so he knows the player. It's like I just need to see him, you know, um, get involved in this stuff, make their offense a little more dynamic. Um, anything else in the Seattle
Yeah,
San Fran? Oh, go ahead.
yeah. Oh no, no. I was just looking at like a lot of their passing stats too. It's like you can see it though, because Cooper Cup was their leading receiver.
Yeah, they got options.
Yeah, so they got offense. So yeah, no, but yeah, yeah. There's not much else to say. Honestly, looking at it, it's just like
No,
it just kind of like we all expected. Like Seattle does the same thing it's been doing all year. San Fran just isn't good enough to be here. Um,
yeah.
yeah. I remember
Uh,
somebody said they're like the Giants from 3 years ago.
oh,
Back when we beat them en route to the Super Bowl 57, 2022. Yeah.
yeah. That Saquon team. Yeah, I I could see it. I think that's actually pretty good. Um, although if San Francisco had
Yeah.
Dexter Lawrence, they might have won. So like,
Yeah.
um, uh, but yeah, um,
Yeah.
oh, Paul George. Oh, he just
That's a
he
big
sent Jabari Smith Jr. into the stands and didn't make the shot. Um,
Oh, what?
all right,
Sorry, I just needed to.
Rams Bears. What a
Oh my
game!
gosh.
What a game!
I know. Bears fans, you can breathe. It hurt to watch, but you had the most successful season you've had in a while. Um, you have your franchise QB. Like,
It's
you
like
had some really fun games.
last time they had a really good season, made the playoffs. They lost the first game. They were looking to the future with Mitch Trubisky and Matt Nagy. Now you have Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson. Like that's so different. Um, like you really got the foundation of something really good, and that defense just was not good enough to compete for a Super Bowl. That defense was not good enough, and they are going to have to really attack that defense. Um, going in. But yeah, like they also could have won this game. That when when they were driving in overtime and then Caleb Williams throws that pick, I'm like, bro. Like he had time, he just forced it, and that's that. And it's like,
Hmm.
man, like y'all had the game. Y'all had the game.
Right. I thought it was it.
Like he's just gonna learn. Like you cannot like like in overtime you need to like take what the defense gives you. You have to. Um
But I'm not
especially
mad at that play because it looked great. If Romo Dupe, I mean, if DJ Moore continues in stride,
sure. Sure. The
I think that's a big play.
I wouldn't be surprised DJ Moore is not on this team next year. Um
Yeah, I see a lot of DJ Moore for Max Crosby trades being floated around.
oh really? That's interesting. I don't hate it though.
Yeah, you haven't seen any of that?
I haven't seen any, but like I don't hate it for either
Yeah,
side.
I like that.
Obviously you're gonna have to give up
I think that's a great trade. If you're,
more than DJ Moore for Max
I
Crosby.
mean, yeah,
But like if you get
but
draft
like,
picks and
if you're Chicago, like,
DJ Moore is like that receiver. He's getting tossed around like oh we got a new quarterback. Let's get a guy. Like they're trying to like AJ Brown him to young quarterbacks, and he just doesn't like to play football. He just doesn't like football.
It's funny.
Like he like playing
It's like, oh,
with Justin Fields, bro. Like and he like plays Justin Fields and PJ Walker. I think he just likes bad football. I think I think he just likes
yeah,
bad quarterbacks.
he's he, he's your average TikTok NFL fan. He's in love with the idea of these terrible QBs.
He caught that 60-yard
Do
pass
you
from
think he
PJ
would hate Jalen
Walker
Hurts too?
in that one game. Shout out DJ Moore guy, but
Oh
though
man. He's a fuck.
Philly kid, um, just
Seriously, dude. Like,
doesn't like good quarterbacking, I
but
guess.
yeah, I think yeah. But I think he's probably the one to go because it's like especially with Luther Burden looking so much better, looking
Luther
like
looked really
really
good,
good.
and Colston Loveland.
And obviously you got Robo Dunze and yeah, Colston Loveland. That's what their tight ends names. I keep getting his name with Cortland Sutton's names mixed up.
Oh yeah, it's close. Like if Colston Loveland doesn't get
It
hurt,
always throws me off of
if if he doesn't get hurt, they also probably win the game. So
Yeah.
just some food for
I
thought.
think Cole Kmet showed he was like really good though.
Cole Kmet's a nice vertical receiver. He obviously is not as explosive as Loveland, which is what they were missing. But he's really good. He's a good backup tight end. He really is. Um,
Yeah.
on the LA side, um, I don't know, man. Matt Stafford is not impressing me either. Matt Stafford, I think this Rams defense is going
Yeah.
to give him a lot of problems. I mean, the Seahawks defense is going to give him a lot of problems. And I know we've seen it before, but like he's good for a bad turnover or two, um, right now. And my God, get a rebound. Oh my God.
I know. Jesus.
Thank you, Kelly. Jesus Christ. Anyway, um, but
Oh,
he's just been so rough. He's been obviously good enough. Like get him down there, getting points on the board.
he has,
Um,
but
I mean,
yeah.
he's always
These are
good
two
for
games
Puka.
they really should have lost, looking at it.
Yeah. Puka Nakua slants are saving his life. Um, is all I can say.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah. What do we think about this Rams Seahawks matchup? The third meeting. Um, they split the season series, so winner goes to the Super Bowl. Um, how are we feeling about
Game of
that?
the year. Uh I wouldn't be it's so hard to think because it's like I think on paper, like clearly, I think the Seahawks are the better team.
Yeah.
Um we've seen Stafford getting like looking like kind of locked down at times by like way worse defenses this playoffs. Like, I don't know, remember if y'all remember talking about after that Panthers game, it was like, man, there was like two interceptions that if Puka doesn't make a play on one of them, and if the defender doesn't drop the other one, that's like three interceptions on the night, and they lose that game,
Yep.
right? Or against a bad Bears defense, it was like the offense just looked stagnated at times. You know what I'm saying? Um, also forgot to mention it was like this is kind of going on to the Bears too. I forgot to mention a big part of them going into next season is not having to make every game this like crazy playoff comeback game, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
not having to go into every like second half down 15. You know? Caleb Williams' stats didn't look that great for the playoffs. I think I got caught on the hype train because every time I tuned in, he was doing like God's work. But I missed
That
like
throw
all the bad stuff.
that throw. I told my brothers. I said if he makes that throw and then they go on to win the Super Bowl eventually, that's gonna go down as one of the greatest plays in NFL history. But of course, they didn't go to the Super Bowl, so
Yeah,
it kind of dies. But it was just unbelievable because it wasn't like he threw up a prayer; like it landed perfectly in the
it's
breadbasket.
like I know it was like that's one of those stories you're like, oh, that's the game, and then it lands perfectly where it needs to be, and it's like, okay, never mind.
He
He
started running
somehow saw that.
backwards 20 yards. I was like, oh god,
I was like, oh no. And it's so funny because it's like you see the lows, but then the highs look like I'm watching Patrick Mahomes all over again.
yeah, he is a little Mahomey. Um, he is.
Don't say that. But yeah, sorry. Going back onto the Seahawks Rams, it's like, yeah,
Wait,
like
hold on,
this Rams defense looks
hold
like
on,
they've been just like
hold on,
struggling. All
hold on,
what
hold on. I just saw a man with a Sixers Kyle Lowry jersey on.
did you where? He was on the broadcast?
Yeah, it was one of the fans on the broadcast. Like you
The
bought a Sixers.
they sell those?
I was like, wait,
I didn't know they sold those.
what are you wearing? Go Maxi, go Maxi,
I
boom,
didn't know they sold six.
MVP that man. Tari Easton's talking all that shit, all for him to get him back in the game, man. All right, yeah. So sorry, what were you saying?
So they've got two MVP candidates on one team.
They do.
God, I hate Kevin Durant.
He's so good.
Damn you,
I
Kevin.
hate it. All right, let's go real quickly. Seahawks Rams. Who you feeling? Why you feeling? Why you feeling it?
Seahawks. Seahawks. Defense is going to do what they've been doing. Offense, this is the figure it out. You've looked good against the Rams in the other meetings. So if they can do that and then this defense could just lock in, capitalize on Matt Stafford making mistakes, you win. It's that simple.
Yeah, I also got Seattle, and again, defense. I think they can make enough. They're going to force turnovers. They're going to force Matt Stafford to make turnovers, and Rams secondary very bad. I think if there's a get right game that the Seahawks offense could have, this is the perfect matchup. Let's go.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah. While we are glued on to this Sixers game right now, they're down to the final seconds against Houston. Oh man, come on, refs. All right, while we're glued on, I want to do a little NBA talk. Nothing too crazy, just because I know we're already going pretty long. And then we'll get into our questions. What is one bold
Russ is the number
prediction?
one scoring point guard of all time.
That's right. Shout out Russ, man. Shout out Russ.
My guy, my goat. He stands at the upper echelon.
What is one or two bold predictions you have for the second half of the NBA season?
Uh, I'm gonna
And
do
I
one
can
for
go
the
for
East and the West.
okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna do one for the East and the West. I want you to go first, though,
Okay.
as you said you have.
Do you want me to name my two?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So I'll go East and West. Um, my East is that I think Cavs when Darius Garland's going to continue to get better, and get in the groove, and Donovan Mitchell's doing his thing. I think Cavs are gonna get this ship together, and they're gonna surge, and be at the top of the East rankings by the end of the year, end of the season. Um, I
Mhm.
think I think people think they're kind of like they have dipped a lot from last year. I think losing Ty Jerome and losing some energy off the bench. Um, I think that hurts, but I think they're gonna figure it out. Maybe get some trades acquisitions. Um, my West, I think you're gonna like this one. The Oklahoma City Thunder trade for Michael Porter Jr. Um, to add some much needed 3 point shooting, and they will surge and just absolutely separate themselves back to what we had them a few months ago as the far and away favorites to win the title.
I like that.
I know you do.
I like that.
I don't like MPJ the person, but the
Yes.
basketball player fits perfectly with what the Thunder need right now. And they have the assets to do it. So why not do it?
They do. I didn't even think about that.
All right, here we go, Maxi. So that's not a foul?
That
All right.
should have been. I thought that was a goaltend.
I thought so too. I can't hear
I
I
thought
don't
that
have
was
the
a
audio on.
goaltend. That's a goaltend. That's a goal. That has to
That
be.
is a
That
goaltend.
no.
That is a goaltend.
That's coming back. That's a goaltend. That's coming off. That's good. That's a
Yeah,
goaltend.
that's a goaltend.
That's a goaltend. Keep that off. Keep that
That
off
for
first.
sure is.
Challenge. No, you can't challenge. That's a goaltend though. That has to be. That has to be. You have to
Oh,
look at
what
the
a
replay there, right?
mess. That's what Nick Nurse is saying.
I
That's
can't hear what's going on.
I just hear Nick Nurse saying that's a goal. That's crazy. That's bad. That's bad.
That's a clear goaltend. That's a very clear goaltend.
That is
That's a very
horrible.
clear one, Joe.
That is
I
a
don't think that's
horrible
even like.
call. They're gonna
I don't
throw
even.
Nick Nurse out the game, man.
Why is that a jump ball?
That is horrible.
That doesn't make sense.
That
That's
is
a horrible
horrible.
call, right? You can't challenge here too. That's
Nope.
annoying. That's
You
just
can't
irritating.
challenge a non-call.
Yeah, I know. You can't even challenge it. That's a goaltend though. That's like a very clear goaltend.
Yo, I'd be heated.
Wow, that's such a bad missed call.
I think that's happened
That's a
twice to
terrible
us.
missed call. I don't know how you missed that. I don't get that. I don't really understand that. How do you? Because doesn't it go up to just auto replay no matter what? I feel like it's an auto replay. That should be a
I feel like
goaltend.
you just gotta look at that. That's crazy. All right.
That's a clear
Um,
goaltend. Wow, that's a really bad missed call. Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry.
Chris, let me get those two bold predictions.
Okay, yeah. My bold prediction, number one, I think the Sixers come out the second half of the season as the best team in the East. Uh,
Let's go.
that's been my like prediction, like coming into the season. Like I was
Yeah,
kind of like high on the Sixers if they could just stay healthy. Um, actually, I got a couple weird predictions. Another prediction: CJ McCollum gets traded. He can't stay on this Atlanta team.
for Anthony Davis.
I don't think it's possible for the Atlanta to. I, I don't know what happens with the AD trade with him going down. Um,
Yeah,
I have no clue what happens now. But like he can CJ McCollum cannot stay on this team.
no shot.
Like his usage rate is ridiculous for somebody that's just not that good. And you just
Cause
seen a
he.
crazy dip in all of Jalen Johnson's stats since that trade. It's insane.
Oh
I've never seen a
man,
trade work out so bad for a team. That's why I was so against it because I was like, look, I get Trey Young hasn't been good, but oh my God, McCollum's a horrible.
I
And
feel
he's
like
a
I.
ball hog. Like he's gonna shoot, but he's not good.
You can't be a 36-year-old ball hog, man. This is not ethical.
Like that's
Um,
exactly right. Like he's so bad.
he's bad. All right,
He's so bad. There's that in I think the Bucks exploring Giannis trade.
you think so? What do you think is more
I
likely?
think they do.
Them bringing in a player or them sending out Giannis? Because we've heard the job rumors.
We have. But
I don't know if that moves the needle much.
man,
And
this
I
team is
love
bad.
Ja. I just don't know if it does.
Yeah, the morale is bad for this team. The team is just bad in general. You've got two back-to-back home blowouts, albeit they were by two Western Conference contenders, but still, you're getting blown out by like 30 in front of your home crowd.
Yeah.
Um, just ugly basketball over there.
Yeah, it's
It's
not
just
it's
really
not
ugly. It's just
great.
really nasty. I don't really see anybody. I don't see any like big time, like actual like needle, even time like game changers or stars that they can like get right now. Like there just aren't.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, it's just I don't think that team has anywhere to go at this point. I think they've mismanaged Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton so badly. Like you should have came out of that with like some really good players.
I think their biggest mistake that dug them into this current hole.
Yeah, but well, not it's not Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, Damian Lillard. That's what looked bad.
Yeah. And then stretching out Damian Lillard's contract to sign Miles Turner.
Yeah,
Like, oh my God. Like,
yeah.
that
It's
was your
just
move?
it's just
Miles Turner?
it's just nasty. It's like looking at
It's
it, it's just terrible.
it's
Um,
gross. It's gross. All right. You got a West one, and then we'll go ahead to questions. We're a little laggy, so our time's a little off.
uh, yeah. I think the Spurs might take a bit of a nosedive
Why?
going into the second half. Um, I don't know. And it's like weird because I don't want to wish for anything on anybody, but I'm not exactly how I'm not it's them and the Lakers who I'm not entirely feeling great on going into the playoffs. Um,
Well, Lakers definitely.
Lakers for
I'm not.
obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lakers for obvious reasons. I've been very like low on them. Um, them too, and then yeah, I don't have many like big like predictions for the West. I think I have a lot of player movement predictions. I think a lot of those bottom teams like ninth seed and under are gonna like make a lot of player moves that are gonna change up the rest of the league.
I think Kings trade everybody.
That's what I'm yeah. Like certain teams like the Kings, Memphis, like there's gonna be like a couple of trades that come from them that is just gonna like shake up the rest of the league,
If
I
Boston
think.
gets Jaren
So
Jackson, man, I'm just like they
I
can't
haven't
keep
heard
getting
about
away
that.
with this.
Is that people were talking about that? I didn't see that. That's a thing.
I've been seeing that one a lot, and it
That's
makes so
scary.
much
I don't want
sense.
that.
It makes so much sense, though.
I really don't want that.
Me either, because it would be perfect for them. Um. All right. Did you have any other
They
ones?
can't keep getting away.
They can't. I hate
No,
these.
not really. I didn't really have any big like very big bold like predictions for the West this year. Honestly, I didn't really have many. It's the East that I think is a lot more like fun to think about.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. All right, we're gonna get through these questions. This is a pretty long episode, so we're gonna fly through these a little bit. Um, what are some favorite NFC AFC Championship games you can remember? I think obviously the Eagles ones. I mean, the Minnesota one.
All the Eagles ones that we bought were really good.
They're all like great. Except like the San Francisco one wasn't great. I guess I guess none of them were great for non-Eagles fans because they were all
No,
blowouts. Um,
that's a
they were
good
great for
point. It's a
me.
good thing to think about, actually.
I think that the fact that the 13
They did.
seconds
They were
game.
great for us to watch.
Oh, great. They were great. The fact that the 13 seconds game wasn't an AFC Championship game kind of sucks. Because that was such a great game. Um, let's go
Hmm.
Edgecomb. Um, but yeah. I don't know if I can remember a lot on the top of my head. I mean, there's the infamous
Um,
Brett Favre interception to send the Saints to the Super Bowl when he was on the Vikings. I think
yeah.
Tracy Porter caught the pick. And then there was the infamous Vikings call. It's like, you could take a knee and kick a 56-yard field goal. And then he goes like, this is a Detroit, man. This is the Super Bowl. And that's like my all-time favorite call. Um,
Oh man, that was a good.
that announcer is my
2023
favorite.
was a good one.
Which one was that?
That was the Lions 49ers.
That was a great one. That was a great one. I was watching that in our dorm.
There's been a couple good ones.
Yeah. I think we're like I think Rams and Seahawks could be a pretty good one. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
certainly
think that'll
excited
be a
for
really
that.
good one.
All right. Favorite superhero movie?
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Boom,
That's a good one.
boom,
Um, if I just say
boom.
Spider-Man
I don't
No
even
Way
need to
Home,
think on it.
Spider-Man No Way Home or Spider-Man 3 from the original trilogy. I
Spider-Man 3.
mean,
I think that's like everybody's least favorite one.
it's my favorite. I don't care. I've watched that movie so many times and I will watch it so many times again.
You
It's
remember
it,
Spider-Man 2? That was the really good one.
Spider-Man 2 is great. I love Spider-Man 2. Um, I loved every movie in that trilogy. Like I'm so biased against that one. Like I love every movie in that. I don't care how bad the acting
That's
is. I don't care. It was fun. The villains were awesome. Um,
hmm
they were they had the best villains in any of the Spider-Man renditions.
Yeah.
They had the best ones. Um,
Special shout out to Logan. That was a really good one. I
I
like that.
haven't seen that, but I wanted to see it. Um,
It's a really good one. You're missing out.
I know. Um, this is a great question. Um, What owners do y'all rock with? What about them do you enjoy? Do you prefer hands off or hands on? And I think like the whole Buffalo situation makes this conversation very prevalent. Also like the Baltimore owner, we don't hear from him, but then when he talked, he had a lot to say. Um, I think I'll say what I think about this, and I'll let you go. Um, I love a hands off owner that will hire a president, hire a chain of command, and then be hands off and say, hey, when you need me to hand you the checkbook, I'm gonna hand you a checkbook. But then we'll intervene if like there's a like obviously mismanagement. That's why I love Jeffrey Lurie. Jeffrey's like, hey man, Howie,
Yeah.
whatever you need to do to get this team across the finish line, let's do it. Because then you have embarrassments like Jerry Jones who are all
Oh yeah.
hands on, and it ruins everything because nothing will ever change because the owners will never change. I did a whole video on my. If you go on Strip Sports,
I think Jerry's the best. No, keep going, keep going.
yeah, on my strip, I did a whole video about Jerry Jones when the Michael Parsons trade went down. Like after he fired Jimmy Johnson, who was like he was a no nonsense guy. Jerry Jones has hired nothing but yes men, and it's made that Cowboys team just
Right.
unsuccessful. And I don't think they're ever going to win again with this as the system. So I'm all for um, hiring guys that you believe can run the system, and then you as an owner, just an overseer, open the checkbook. If things get too bad, fire some people, and that's it. That's my ideal owner, and I think. But then there's also the owners that are too hands off, like Josh Harris, who I hate, who just doesn't give a crap. Like care about the team, excuse me, but don't feel like you got to like control everything. So in the middle, but not really in the
Right.
middle. That's what I got. You go
Yeah.
ahead.
Okay. Okay. Um, yeah, you kind of said most of what I was gonna say. I do like an owner that shows like they care. Like I like a Steve Mama. Like I like that. You know what I'm saying? Being active with like the team that you play for. Like obviously like have love for like not just the game, but like the team that you own. Because then it's like You can't really trust this person like make decisions for them, if that makes sense. I feel like.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, yeah. Honestly, yeah, that too. Just like an owner that's willing to like open up the checkbook and do what's best for the team, you know, and step in if they need to be. I think Jerry Jones is great for everybody that's not a Cowboys fan,
I,
no.
I, ho-
So
I hope he lives
we
long
always
and
love Jerry
prosper.
Jones because he's I know, right? I hope he becomes immortal. I hope he gets like a new cool behind robot body. All right, Spock, relax. What are you doing? Please, this is starting to hurt.
Let's go Sixers win. Let's go. Good win, boys. Ball don't lie.
Good
Um.
job, Sixer.
Okay. Tone is very much in the college football. He goes to the national championship now. He only asks us college football questions, but that's okay. Um. Uh. Do you think
I know.
Alberto Mendoza should have transferred? I think he went to Georgia Tech. He is the younger brother, I believe. Fernando Mendoza. Um. My take on this is I don't know
Uh-huh.
much about Albert Mendoza. But I do applaud him for wanting to make his own path and not just follow in the footsteps of his brother, because that's a lot of pressure. If your brother just won a national championship and now you gotta step up
Right.
and play, that's a lot. That's a lot. So I don't know much about him, but I wish him success.
They did.
And
Yeah.
I don't blame him for making his own path. I don't. That's all I got there.
I'll tune into college football next year just for him
Shout out Georgia Tech, man. Shout out Alberto Mendoza.
because I don't really watch I don't because I feel like we talked about we don't watch much of college sports, period, much less college football. Or you might you do
I
a
I
bit more
I
than I
watch a
do.
lot of the tournaments for sure. Um, Football and basketball. I
Yeah.
watch the tournaments. Um, all right. Final question, most important question. London wants to know when we're all hanging out again, and can it be at La Scala's?
I don't know what this La Scala is, but absolutely.
I thought you said absolutely not. You said absolutely.
Yeah.
That was the place we just went to, man.
I
It
was
was the
waiting.
place we were just at.
It was. Oh my God.
Was it?
Yo, stop doxing us, please.
There's like a million. We're not gonna tell them exactly.
Stop doxing.
And no one watches us, bro. We'll be okay. Yeah, we're
Wait, they can put it together, man. We're not very close about what we know where we're from.
we're gonna give the exact date when we're hanging
Man,
out and where we're hanging out. We're gonna do
I
a
would
meet and greet.
actually lose my mind if somebody pulled up and said, "Yo,
Dorm Dogs, what's up? What's going on? We at Las Scalas.
whoa, yo, we'll like post exactly where we're gonna talk about it on the whatever app for it, and we're gonna post about it, and we're gonna see if anybody pulls up."
That's right. So yes, we can hang out soon, and sure, we get some of those wings. All right, we appreciate y'all.
Psych, I lied. I'm not getting that overpriced lasagna, ravioli, whatever I got.
You just got it because you didn't want what I got. That was the only reason. Um, all right,
Yeah, because you stole my angel hair, you dork.
all right. We appreciate y'all watching, listening. Sorry for the lag that from the second half of the episode, but appreciate you bearing with us. Um, Next week, very important episode.
Mhm.
Watch the Instagram for an announcement coming up. We're very excited. It's been in the works for like over a month now, so I'm very excited. So tune in next week. Um, very excited. We will see you guys then from Dorm Talks. That's Chris. I'm John. Peace out.